gets better. My middle child got this shirt made for me. Thank you, Amber. I love the shirt. Now it's famous. And so are you.
What's going on, YouTube? Real world problems. We have AC in the break room and the offices and the front bathroom and all of that, but I have cats and they're kittens, and I figured, well, I'll cut a cat door in this door. So I'm destroying a door for the sake of the cats. I've already cut the front side, but as you know, there's two sides to every dory. I'd kill me.
Got you some McDonald's.
Hey YouTube, haven't seen you in a while. I know we haven't been doing a lot of car work because we're getting the building going, but when we go back inside, I want to show you what we've been able to accomplish in 3 months. It takes people a lot longer than that, but let me just run through some of the cars that came in. Some of the stuff we do is pretty quick than the restorations. They take a little bit longer. We got Eddie Gregory's 73 Roadrunner. Super nice guy. Came from a long way away. I saw him at a car show last year and he was having problems. It's got a Holly Sniper fuel injection system on it. Occasionally the car runs bad and occasionally it runs good. And we're going to make it so it runs good all the time. I'm pretty sure I got a handle on what's going on. It's temperature related. So we'll take care of that. But pretty cool car. He bought it, I don't know, a while back out of Massachusetts. It had been redone. It's actually a pretty nice car. 440, all built up. It's got a pistol grip 4-speed in it, white interior, and those of you that know me, my Satellite, the Sebring Plus I had, a 71, real similar body style, but it had that white interior, and I love that. I can't have a car with a white interior now because it just won't really work out for me. So that's why I got a car with a black interior. Swag. We'll bring this inside within the next couple of days. We're just going to make some adjustments to it so it runs good, but he's literally at a show every week, so he wants the car back by Friday. Go inside and have Luke see some of the other stuff. Slurring my words, it's not because I'm drunk. It's because I have a really bad toothache. I'm not digging it. The Gazelle, we got no updates on the Gazelle. We got Stupid Shop Projects is still a thing, but it's just, we got other stuff to do. We got a 37 Chevy coupe. Both front wheels on cars are really technically supposed to turn in the same direction at the same time. It really helps out with tire wear and handling. This car is just, it's just cobbled together under there. We've got a kit coming from Scott's Hot Rods that's an entire disc brake, rack and pinion steering, everything. That won't be here until the 16th. So we're going to sit on this car for a little while, but it still looks cool in here. Maryland, we did a speedometer cable in it for him now too, and that does not work. So we got to go into the transmission and check out the driven gear on it and find out if that's what the issue is. Again, this car sat for 30 years, so when they moved it, stuff gets stuck together, could have broken, you know, whatever, but they're no big hurry. We'll get to that one shortly. Mike's Mustang, we're ready to start doing body work on that car. I got to have Dave Huffman come back and blast it one more time, just light though, because there's a little bit of rust from sitting that, you know, when you touch the car, the acid and the sweat on your hands, that's where it rusts. So we're going to have him clean that up. And we actually got a paint booth that is 99% finished. Show you that in a minute. So we can start getting edge prime and high build on these cars and sealer and painting them and sending them down the road. Small block that we got from Wendell Marlowe. Took it all apart. You've seen that in another video. We took it all apart and there was actually some damage. And this engine has only been started and run for just a couple minutes. You know, most of you know that that's not supposed to be there. Some of you may not know that's not supposed to be there. This is the crank that was in the car. It had some nicks in the crank that looked like when they were putting the pistons in, they nicked the crank, which in turn caused the bearings to wear. Everything was over-torqued, so it really wasn't in line. It wasn't torqued in sequence. It's very important when you do something like this, whether it be an intake or valve covers, there's a sequence to tighten the bolts where you start in the middle and work your way out. Because if you start at one end, it may not be sitting exactly correctly, but if you start at the middle, it will. 60 over flat tops with valve reliefs in them. So it's going to be a pretty stout motor. The block itself is good. We don't have to worry about that. I ordered a crank kit for it. We're going to put a new crank, new bearings, put it together, and I'll show you what that's going in a little bit later. Cindy's car. Okay, let me turn this up a little bit for you. Dan and I took our road trip a couple weeks ago, and we picked up this roof. We skinned it, got rid of the old structure, and put it on Cindy's car. So now it's rust-free, with the exception of a little bit in the trunk, which we got a trunk floor for, so we're going to be doing that as well. So that's the update on Cindy's car. Engine's going to the machine shop this week. They started doing body work on the fenders. Now keep in mind, like you guys already know, this car is going to be black, so it has to be perfect, everything. 49 Chevy truck. This guy towed this truck all the way from Clarksville to here, which is it's a pretty good ride. His wife is a photographer, and they use the truck as a prop, but they need it to run so they can get it to where they're going. We had the truck running the day we got it in, but the shifter, it's a 3 on a tree for any of you non-millennials out there know what that is. But the shifter box that allows it to change from the first and reverse linkage to the second and third linkage is just foobar. So we're just replacing it. And like the Mustang, stuff for this truck is super, super cheap. So that's cool. We acquired a forklift, and they're eating lunch right now, so I can't show you anybody working, but we do actually work down here. Austin, we cut him loose, pull the motor out. We got to get the motor out. So he's kind of into that, pretty much thinking that we'll never put that forklift back together again, but whatever. Borrowed a forklift from Tom Hicks right across the street here, and I found out once you have a forklift, you can never be without a forklift. So very, very handy piece of equipment that we can do just about anything with. These are the molds that make up the add-on parts to a Monkey Mobile kit. Up here, a whole set of body panels that were actually pulled out of these molds. Now, reached out to the guy who initially made these kits, not the 2 original cars, but kits afterwards. He's in bad health, really doesn't want to do it anymore, so I got it all. Now, if you want to build a Monkey's car or buy parts for a Monkey's car, you got to come to me. Not everybody's really beating my door down for a Monkey's car, but when it's done, it'll be a pretty sweet ride. We got the booth here from Tuxedo Industries is who manufactured the booth. They're in Texas. We ordered it from a company called Marketing One LLC in North Carolina. I ordered that booth on a Monday. It was here on a Wednesday. So we just spent the last week and a half or so putting it together, and it's a hoss. I mean, it's been tough. We've got lights are all in it, fans are all wired up and working, doing some of the final weather strip on it. Then I'm going to go inside and seal all the seams, come back outside, seal all the seams on the outside as well, and we're going to have a nice, super clean downdraft paint booth. I've heard from several people in this business that have started using an outdoor carpet on the bottom of the paint booth instead of water. Any dust that comes in gets trapped in that carpet instead of in the water, which ends up making a mess. So we're going to give that a shot, and if I don't like it, we're going to tear it out and go back to water, because I'm old school. I've been doing that forever. So, but it's not trifold doors. We got man door. We got interlock switches that shut the fan off if any of the doors open. It's just a really, really nice booth, and it's downdraft. So it's going to be something that we haven't used in the past, and still managed to come out with some really nice looking cars. All of this you saw. If Dan wants to reference back to, if he's got any footage of when I was walking through here when we first got this building, and look at what we got now. Yes, it's cluttered up and stuff like that, but been working on the booth and working on these cars, and once the booth's up and running, we'll be able to get things where we need them. My storage in the back, I've got 3,600 square feet back there that I can put the rotisserie when it's not being used, and parts for cars. The booth came in 3 really nice metal crates that I can pick up with the forklift, and all of the parts from one particular car can go in that, and I can take it in there and put it on a storage rack. I got pallet racks back there that we can store that on. Nothing gets lost. It's all in one place. So never really had that benefit before. Every shop that I've had has been so small that you needed to pretty much pile up the parts to the car right next to the car. So you're tripping over each other, tripping over parts and things like that. So when I got this shop, I'm like, wow, this is pretty big. And then you get a bunch of cars in here and you're like, wow, this really isn't that big. But it is compared to what all 3 of us really have worked at before. So it'll be exactly what I want with no exceptions. Yeah, it hurts a little bit to do everything right now, but if I don't do it right now, I'm probably not gonna. You know, I'll get busy doing something else. I mean, I've been in Memorial Day weekend. Some of you guys know it was my birthday, the 26th, but I'm here every day. Even on my birthday, I was here working, doing paperwork. I hate doing paperwork, but you got to do it. The program that I have now for the computer just keeps track of everything, every piece of sandpaper, everything. I mean, I have to commit to doing it. Kittens, still got tons of kittens, so if you need any of them, come out here. I want to show you something. Stupid shop projects stuff. It's really hard for me to turn anything down if it's free or a deal. My square body truck, I got it for nothing. That's what we're building that small block in there for. I'll go right through this truck. I've already got 35-inch wheels and tires for it, and it's going to be a pretty cool truck. Then there's this. If the go-kart doesn't kill us, this probably will. It's a 18-foot Checkmate Jetmate boat. It's a 460 dual quad jet drive fun boat. I mean, you can't take the family out and go fishing in this boat. You get in this boat, you go like hell, and then you come back like hell, and then you do it again and again and again and again. And it just, we're gonna paint it up and do a bunch of nice stuff. Like, see, I load projects on. I just load them on, load them on, load them on. When I get busy and backed up, that keeps me moving. That's what keeps me busy, versus sitting in the office going, well, I hope a car comes in so I can paint it. Once we're up and running, and we're looking at middle of June to the end of June to be fully functional again. It's only been about 3 months. I set my mind to it and we got it done. And, you know, these guys, I don't push them as hard as I push myself, but they come in and help do stuff. Joe has been just phenomenal in doing the things that I don't know how to do or just don't have the skill to do correctly. Joe's just knocking that stuff out of the park for me, so that's a good thing. And I talked to Tom, who owns the building. When I first got here, if you look around the parking lot, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of junky stuff. And he didn't want to throw any of it away. He didn't want to scrap any of the metal out. He didn't want to do pretty much anything with it. But I guess he sees what I'm doing with the inside of the building. He's going to cut me loose on the outside. I got a roll-off dumpster coming. We're going to start with all the wood. Whatever's wood in this parking lot, going in that dumpster. Then we'll figure out what he doesn't want for metal. Get rid of that. We got some fiberglass stuff we got to cut up so it's smaller and we can dispose of it. But all in good time. It'll be a little nicer than what it is now. Ideally, I just want to have a perfect shop. If my phone don't ring, the train goes by. Whatever. I want to have a perfect shop, or as close as I can get to it. Some of the things we're going to throw away. If you look over here, there's an old mattress that I guess Dirty Mike and the boys used to use for something, I don't know, but that's gonna go. We'll glove up and throw that in the dumpster. That's pretty much where we are at this moment in time. That could change by tomorrow. Thank you all for the patience. Everybody subscribing and liking videos and sharing videos and everything. It's awesome that you guys want to be a part of this and watch what's going on. So we truly appreciate all of that, because just doing this for a person that owns a car is one thing, but now we're doing it for thousands and thousands of people that get to watch what the process really involves. Also, what the process of getting a shop up and running involves. If you don't have any money or you don't have any credit cards, it's probably not for you, because it's ugly. But the quality of the work that we turn out, we'll get it all paid off real quick. So go big or go home. It's the last shop I'm going to have, so it's going to be a nice one. Thank you again to everybody, the crew, Dan, Austin, Matt, Bobby, Joe, my wife, everybody who is either helping or being tolerant of the fact that it just takes so long to get this done. 2 people were down here today and they're, my God, you've done a lot in this building. Well, thank you. And I have. Getting tired, but we'll get it. We'll get it up and running. Got some cool flags and banners and stuff, and the break room so we can go and hang out in the air condition, play pool and darts and whatnot, looking for a pinball machine. Why not, right? Getting the shop up, operational, bookkeeping that really takes care of itself, all those kind of things, because we're doing much bigger jobs that involve much more money and much more buying parts and much more buying materials and supplies. And it's a lot of managerial stuff, and I hate it. I hate it, okay? But it has to be done. Even if you're doing this at home, you need to get a notebook and write down every penny you spend, or you're going to find out you just built a car, it cost you 30 grand to build the car, and you can only get 15 grand for it. So you don't want that to happen. Been there, done that, and we're trying to avoid that at all costs. But that's it. I'm going to go have some lunch, and we'll see you on the next video. Same bat time, same bat channel.